Each day, individuals across the globe unearth novel and captivating discoveries. Puzzling enigmas lay in wait at every corner. Scientists grapple with elucidating how artifacts of bygone eras, relics of war, fossils, and creatures wound up in unforeseen locations, such as frozen glaciers or beneath the expanse of the Antarctic ice sheet. Ice emerges as an exceptionally potent preservative, prompting experts to acknowledge that snow-cloaked peaks and hefty ice layers harbor a multitude of concealed stories and secrets, a number disclosed by humanity, while others linger shrouded. Throughout time, a myriad of eccentric findings have surfaced from within ice's embrace. Many of these revelations, drawn from the frigid expanses of our planet's tundras, have bolstered our comprehension of both nature and history. However, the rationale behind the selection of certain objects for preservation within ice for hundreds of millennia, while others evade such fate, remains a perplexing enigma. Was it sheer happenstance, or did a natural system of curation intervene? This enigma might forever elude our grasp. Scientists, archaeologists, and even intrepid explorers have stumbled upon an array of unbelievable artifacts ensconced in the thick layers of ice, and within terrains so frigid that even the most resilient organisms battle for survival. Join us as we explore some of the most bizarre things found frozen in ice that shocked the whole world. An Ice Age seed. When it comes to preserving things, it's quite easy to count on our refrigerators. But it turns out that the icy regions of the Earth regions are actually better at this, judging from what has recently been discovered. We are talking about the oldest seed ever discovered in the world. The seed is said to be about the size of a grain of rice, with a brownish and wrinkled look. It also has a hard outer shell that protects it from the elements. After closely examining the seed, experts discovered it was a Silene stenophila seed. They speculated that an Ice Age squirrel buried it. The location where the seed had been instrumental in its preservation, as it was discovered near the bank of the Coleman River in Yukon, Canada. According to radiocarbon dating, the seed is designated to be about 32,000 years old, making it the oldest plant material ever found. This is truly a remarkable find. But how exactly did it happen? Well, the seed was discovered in 2020 by researchers from the University of Alberta. They were excavating a site near the Coleman River when they found the seed encased in a permafrost layer about 124 feet below the surface. Also surrounding it were layers that included mammoth, bison, and woolly rhinoceros bones. Surprisingly, the 32,000-year-old seed was still intact and viable, and the researchers germinated it into a Silene stenophila plant. The Silene stenophila plant is a type of flowering plant that is native to North America. It is a small plant with white flowers. The seed discovered is the oldest known of this plant species. Of course, there were numerous similarities between this old species and the modern ones, but there was also a little variance in the shape of the flowers. The discovery of this ancient seed is significant because it provides new insights into the history of plant life in North America. It shows that plants survived in the harsh conditions of the Ice Age. It also suggests that the Silene stenophila plant may have been more widespread in the past than it is today. The researchers who discovered the seed are continuing to study it. They hope to learn more about how the seed survived for so long and what it can tell us about the Ice Age climate. Scientists are also excited about the discovery, as they believe the new study could mean that the permafrost could be an ancient gene pool depository. What this means is that the permafrost has the potential to be a place where species that had initially gone extinct could be revived from. A lost vessel named Endurance was found beneath the Weddell Sea. Sometimes, discovering lost shipwrecks can be very satisfying for researchers, as it can help to provide insightful information about the event and even aid better developments. However, not all shipwrecks are fortunately found. Depending on the event and location where they occur, scientists consider recovery of some of these lost vessels almost impossible. This was the story of the Endurance, a lost ship of Antarctic explorer Ernest Shackleton, which had been lost for 107 years. The Endurance was crushed by sea ice and sank in November 1915, forcing Shackleton and his crew of 27 men to make an extraordinary journey across the Antarctic. The men spent 10 months stranded on an ice floe before Shackleton led them on a perilous journey in lifeboats to Elephant Island. where they were eventually rescued. After so long of searching without results, the ship was recently found on March 9, 2022, at a depth of 3,008 meters, 9,842 feet, in the Weddell Sea. The discovery was made by the Endurance 22 expedition, a team of researchers led by British marine archaeologist Menson Bound. When their cameras caught the ship, their joy knew no bounds. Indeed, the discovery of the Endurance is a major archaeological find and a significant milestone in polar history. The ship is remarkably well preserved, and its condition provides valuable insight into the Shackleton expedition and the harsh conditions of the Antarctic. According to Menson Bound, they have completed the world's most difficult shipwreck search, battling constantly shifting sea ice, blizzards, and temperatures dropping to 18°C. We have achieved what many people said was impossible, but how were they able to succeed? The Endurance 22 expedition used a combination of submersibles and autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, to survey the seafloor in the area where the Endurance was last seen. The AUVs could map a large area of the seabed, and the submersibles could make detailed observations of the wreck. Surprisingly, the Endurance is upright on the seabed, with its name visible on the stern. The ship is covered in barnacles and algae, but its structure is largely intact. The masts and rigging are still standing, and the lifeboats are still in place. The Endurance 22 expedition team is committed to preserving the wreck of the Endurance. The ship is a designated historical monument under the Antarctic Treaty, and the team will not disturb it in any way. According to them, they will only use remote sensing techniques to study the wreck. Himalaya's frozen bones. This is one of the most mysterious things preserved in ice. The discovery of the Himalaya's frozen bones is one of the most intriguing archaeological mysteries of recent times. But what is it all about? In 1942, British soldiers on a survey mission in the Garhwal Himalayas came across a remote lake called Rupkund. Hundreds of human skeletons surrounded the lake, some with flesh still attached. The discovery baffled the soldiers, and the mystery of the skeletons has lingered ever since. Over the years, there have been many theories about the origins of the skeletons. Some have suggested that they were the victims of a battle, while others have claimed that they were pilgrims struck down by a hailstorm. There is also a theory that the skeletons are the remains of a royal entourage cursed by the gods. However, in 2019, a team of scientists from India, the United States, and Germany conducted a genetic analysis of about 38 skeletons. The study found that the skeletons belonged to at least 3 different populations and died in several different periods with an expanse of a 1,000 years gap between them, ranging from the 7th to the 19th century. This suggests that the skeletons do not represent a single event, but rather a series of tragedies that occurred over a long period. Scientists have speculated that about 800 skeletons lie in that lake, earning it the nickname Skeleton Lake. Scientists have also found that the skeletons had injuries consistent with a hailstorm. This suggests that the hailstorm theory is the most likely explanation for the deaths of the skeletons. However, the scientists also noted that the skeletons had other injuries, such as broken bones and cuts, which a battle or other violence could have caused. The mystery of the Himalaya's frozen bones is still not fully solved. However, the new genetic study has shed some light on the mystery, and it has helped to narrow down the possible explanations for the deaths of the skeletons. It is hoped that further research will eventually uncover the full story of these mysterious remains. But the bones are not all there is in the lake. In addition to the skeletons, archaeologists have found other artifacts at Rupkund Lake, including pottery, beads, and metal objects. These artifacts suggest that the people who died at Rupkund Lake were from a variety of cultures and that they were well-traveled. The artifacts also provide clues about the period in which the skeletons died. 3 unique species of fungus in Antarctica, consuming wood and oil-finding microorganisms, such as fungi in the weirdest places, is not strange. However, no one would easily point to Antarctica as one of their habitable zones. But in January 2023, a team of scientists from the British Antarctic Survey, BAS, announced the discovery of 3 new species of fungus in Antarctica. There are about 100,000 species of fungus in the world, so finding 3 shouldn't be so groundbreaking. Still, we are talking about Antarctica, one of Earth's harshest environments. What's more, the fungi, named Cryomyces antarcticus, Cryomyces minteri, and Cryomyces occultus, are the first to be found in Antarctica that can devour oil and wood. The fungi were discovered in the McMurdo Dry Valleys, an Antarctica region known for its extreme cold and aridity. The scientists found the fungi growing on rocks and soil contaminated with oil and wood. The fungi were able to break down the oil and wood, and they were also able to survive in the harsh conditions of the McMurdo Dry Valleys. Historical monuments, such as the Three Hearts of Shackleton, built during his attempt to explore Antarctica, also seem to be in danger of this fungus. However, the discovery of the 3 new species of fungus is significant for several reasons. First, fungi can survive in even the most extreme environments. Second, it suggests that fungi may be able to be used to clean up oil spills and other environmental contaminants. Third, the unique DNA of the fungi could provide new insights into the evolution of fungi. The scientists who discovered the 3 new fungus species are excited about their findings' potential applications. They believe the fungi could be used to clean up oil spills and other environmental contaminants. They also believe that the unique DNA of the fungi could provide new insights into the evolution of fungi. A 5,000-year-old shoe. It gets more interesting here as this is one of the most amazing examples of preserved history. It is a discovery of a 5,000-year-old shoe that belongs to the ancient Hargan culture, well preserved by ice. The discovery was made in 2008 by archaeologists in Armenia, found in the Arini 1 cave, which is located in the Vayats Dzor province of Armenia. The shoe is made from a single piece of cowhide and is laced up the front. It has become the oldest leather shoe ever found, and it is remarkably well preserved by the cold and dry conditions in the cave. The cave is over 6,000 feet, and the temperature is usually below freezing. The dry air in the cave also helped to preserve the shoe. This discovery has been significant for several reasons. First, it provides new insights into the history of footwear, while it suggests that leather was being used for footwear much earlier than previously thought. It also provides evidence of long-distance trade between Armenia and other regions, as the cowhide used to make the shoe is not native to Armenia. Lyuba, the mammoth. We all seem to be familiar with the name mammoth flying around, especially in cartoons. But this animal species has been extinct, and any sighting of its remains can prove valuable to researchers. Now, what can preserve the mammoth fossil better than ice? Thus, it was groundbreaking when Lyuba was discovered. Lyuba is the name given to a well-preserved baby mammoth discovered in 2007 by Yuri Kuti and his 3 sons on the banks of the Urabay River in Siberia, Russia. She is one of the most well-preserved mammoths ever found, and she is estimated to have been about 3 months old when she died. But more astonishing is the time when this mammoth existed. According to research, this Muhammad had lived about 40,000 years ago, but nothing about her looks so that she was dead for that long. Lyuba was found in a layer of permafrost, which helped to preserve her body. Her skin, hair, and internal organs are all intact, and scientists have learned much about her life and death from her remains. Her stomach was full of milk, suggesting she died shortly after being weaned. Her teeth were also still developing, which further supports this theory. Some scientists believe that Lyuba may have died from a combination of factors, including starvation and exposure to the cold. According to other scientists, she had been attacked by a group of lions. Today, Lyuba's discovery remains a significant event in paleontology. She is the most complete and well-preserved baby mammoth ever found, and she provides scientists with a unique opportunity to study the life and death of these ancient creatures. Mysterious ice ship by Google Earth user south of New Zealand MSTRMBB 333 Patagonia. Now, it turns out that the icing regions can spark up things for conspiracy theories to feast on, and this is one of those moments. In 2016, a Google Earth user named MSTRMBB 333 discovered a mysterious ice formation in the Ross Sea, south of New Zealand. The formation resembles a large ship, with a long, thin hull and several large towers. The ship was about 400 feet long and was found about 160 kilometers off the coast of Antarctica in an iceberg. The discovery sparked a flurry of speculation about the identity of the ship. Some people believe it is a remnant of a lost civilization, while others believe it is a hoax. However, there is no clear consensus on what the ship is. In 2018, a team of scientists from New Zealand's National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research, NIWA, conducted an expedition to the Ross Sea to investigate the ice formation. The scientists used a variety of instruments, including a helicopter, drones, and sonar, to survey the area. The scientists concluded that ice formation is not a ship, but a natural phenomenon. They believe that it is a large iceberg that has been shaped by wind and waves. The ice formation has several large towers, which are likely caused by the presence of air bubbles in the ice. 24,000 years old bedelloid rotifers discovered and revived. While it looks like ice is only good for preserving lifeless things, this discovery takes a different turn. In August 2023, a drilling leak in the Siberian permafrost released a cloud of methane gas that revived a population of microscopic animals called bedelloid rotifers. These rotifers had been frozen for over 24,000 years, but they could come back to life after being exposed to methane gas. But what kind of organism is capable of this? The bedelloid rotifers are a multicellular organism known for their ability to survive in extreme environments. They can survive being frozen, dried out, and even radiation exposure. The rotifers revived in Siberia were found in a core of frozen soil extracted from the permafrost using a drilling rig. The methane gas that revived the rotifers is a byproduct of climate change. As the permafrost melts, it releases methane gas into the atmosphere. This methane gas is a powerful greenhouse gas that is contributing to global warming. The scientists who studied the revived rotifers are concerned about not knowing what their comeback may imply. They are calling for more research into the effects of climate change on the permafrost and the organisms that live there. In the end, the revival of the bedelloid rotifers is a fascinating event that shows us just how much can be preserved by ice. Dinosaur ancestors from 250 million years ago found by scientists, unlike the usual evidence of animal wildlife usually discovered in Antarctica. Something new and contrasting have come into play. In 2019, a team of scientists from the Field Museum in Chicago, Illinois, discovered the remains of a dinosaur ancestor in Antarctica. The fossilized remains were found in the Fremont Formation, located in the Transantarctic Mountains. The dinosaur ancestor was named Antarctonax shackletoni, estimated to have lived about 250 million years ago. That was about the size of a modern-day iguana. It had a long tail, sharp claws, and a powerful jaw. Antarctonax shackletoni was a carnivore that likely preyed on insects and small animals. The discovery of Antarctonax shackletoni is significant because it provides new insights into the evolution of dinosaurs. Today, it is the oldest known dinosaur ancestor from Antarctica, and it shows that dinosaurs were present on the continent long before it became covered in ice. The discovery also suggests that dinosaurs may have even originated in Antarctica, and that is before they later spread to other parts of the world. Indeed, the discovery reminds us that Antarctica is a land of mystery and discovery. The continent is still relatively unexplored, and there is much that we do not know about its history, and of course its expanse of ice. Ice Age bison. Though talks about the Ice Age seem to be in the distant past, this next discovery takes us right back in time. In 1979, a family of gold miners named Walter and Ruth Roman and their sons were mining near Fairbanks, Alaska, when they came across the remains of an Ice Age bison. The miners, realizing the potential significance of their find, contacted the University of Alaska Museum of the North. Paleontologist Dale Guthrie determined the carcass was of an Ice Age bison, Bison priscus, probably tens of thousands of years old. He decided to excavate immediately to remove the frozen relic before it could deteriorate. The bison was found in a deep layer of permafrost, which helped preserve its remains. The carcass was almost completely intact, with its bones, muscles, and organs still in place. The only major damage was to the bison's skin, which scavengers had eaten away. The bison was named Blue Babe because of the blue-gray hue of its hide. This color was caused by a mineral called vivianite, which had formed on the bison's bones and skin when buried in the permafrost. Blue Babe is one of the most well-preserved Ice Age bison ever found. It has provided scientists with a wealth of information about the animals that lived in Alaska during the Pleistocene epoch, as it is said to be at least 36,000 years old. Scientists worldwide have studied the bison's remains, and they have helped to shed light on the diet, behavior, and ecology of Ice Age bison. Blue Babe is now on display at the University of Alaska Museum of the North. Princess of Ukok. A mummy was found by a team of archaeologists led by Natalia Polosmak. The archaeologists were excavating the kurgan when they came across a wooden coffin buried in the permafrost. Inside the coffin, they found the body of a young woman dressed in fine clothing with elaborate tattoos on her skin. This mummy was later designated to be the Princess of Ukok. The well-preserved mummy of the young woman was found in 1993 in a burial mound on the Ukok Plateau in the Altai Mountains of Russia. She is believed to have lived in the 5th century BC and was probably a member of the Pazyryk culture, a nomadic people who inhabited the region at that time. She was between 25 and 28 years old when she died. Surprisingly, the archaeologists were amazed by the mummy's condition, with the tattoos on her body still very visible. The archaeologists named her the Princess of Ukok because of her high status and her well-preserved remains. The discovery of the Princess of Ukok was a major archaeological find. She provides valuable insights into the Pazyryk culture and is one of the most well-preserved mummies in the world. However, her discovery also caused controversy. Some people in the Altai Republic, where the mummy was found, believe that she is a sacred figure and should not be disturbed. In 2012, the mummy was returned to the Altai Republic and is now on display at the Republican National Museum in Gorno-Altaysk, a forest under a glacier. In 2022, scientists from the University of Alaska Fairbanks discovered an ancient forest beneath the Mendenhall Glacier in southern Alaska. The forest, which is thought to be at least 1,000 years old, was found as the glacier retreated due to climate change. The forest is located in a bowl-shaped depression on the glacier, and it is filled with standing dead trees, logs, and stumps. Some of the trees still have their roots and bark intact. Scientists believe that the glacier buried the forest during a rapid ice advance about 1,000 years ago. Now, this is why this discovery is cool. The discovery of the ancient forest is providing scientists with a unique opportunity to study the effects of climate change on Alaska's ecosystems. The forest is a time capsule that has preserved the plants and animals that lived in Alaska before the arrival of the glacier. Hence, by studying the forest, scientists can learn more about how climate change is affecting Alaska's ecosystems today. However, the discovery of the ancient forest is also raising concerns about the future of the Mendenhall Glacier. The glacier is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Alaska, and it is also a vital source of water for the city of Juneau. If the glacier continues to retreat, it could significantly impact the local economy and environment. Lake Vostok. Here is another natural wonder trapped in ice that has been discovered in time. We are talking about Lake Vostok. This subglacial lake is located in East Antarctica, approximately 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles from the South Pole. On discovery, it is the largest subglacial lake on Earth, with a surface area of approximately 14,000 square kilometers, 5,400 square miles. The lake is buried beneath approximately 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles of ice, and is thought to be between 20 and 35 million years old. The existence of Lake Vostok was first postulated in the 1960s by Andrei Kapitsa, a Russian geographer and Antarctic explorer. However, it was not until 1993 that satellite-based radar altimetry, which measures surface deformation, confirmed that the lake was there. In 2006, Russian scientists began drilling through the ice to reach the lake. The drilling was completed in 2012, and the first samples of water from the lake were collected in 2013. The discovery of Lake Vostok has generated great excitement among scientists. The lake is considered a pristine environment, and it was also found to contain life forms that have been isolated from the rest of the world for millions of years. The lake is also a valuable resource for studying the history of Antarctica and the Earth's climate. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, ensure to like, share, and subscribe for more.